Philippine economy sustained its record growth for 2013. For the second quarter, NEDA reports GDP growth was 7.5%, slightly lower than the 7.8% for the first quarter. Overall, 7.6% for the first semester of 2013. What factors led to this high growth rates? Joining us tonight live is NEDA Assistant Director General for Planning, Ms. Rosemarie Edillon. Good evening, ma'am, and welcome to NewsLife.
Good evening.
Now let's begin. Is the 7.6% GDP growth for the second quarter the highest in ASEAN or Asia, beating China?
It's actually at par with China, but it will be the highest among the ASEAN countries.
What particular sectors do you think contributed to this very high record?
By industrial origin, then we have the manufacturing sector, construction also grew. We also have the services sector led by the business process management, tourism-related sectors, and also trade, maintenance of vehicles.
Ma'am, you mentioned the manufacturing sector. Is this an indication of more expansions by local companies and the entry of more foreign direct investments?
Yes, to both. In fact, for the construction sector, we have also noted that this was due to the expansion in the economic zones in southern Tagalog. And what that also means is that more of this manufacturing investments coming in.
Ma'am, what do you think fueled the sustained growth in the consumption?
The sustained growth in the consumption, then you also have this the slow and moderate inflation that we have. It's very stable, and that actually fuels consumption. And then you also have the robust remittances from abroad that will be fueling the consumption around the middle echelon of the income ladder. And then, of course, you also have this the conditional cash transfer for the bottom income classes.
Ma'am, that you mentioned the conditional cash transfer program. Do you think that the goal of the President of achieving inclusive growth is slowly being attained?
Yes. We think that we're getting there. We're not yet there because we do need to grow by we do need to sustain this rapid growth for a very long time. But we think that we can be more strategic, we can be more deliberate, and we can abbreviate this process.
Ma'am, you also mentioned the contribution of the tourism sector. Was it especially a plus in generating jobs in the countryside?
Yes. Because as you know, most of the tourist spots are actually in the remote areas, and most of these are actually in the poor areas of our country. And the thing is, when you have a tourism development in a certain area, then it's not just the resorts that get the benefits. You also have benefits to those providing the services, the souvenirs, for instance, the tourist guides, transport, and a lot of other things.
Finally, ma'am, do you think that this growth rate will be sustained for the rest of the year?
We are very confident about this. As you can see, much of the growth in the demand is actually supported by capital formation, by construction. And when there's much of this capital formation, that means you have a lot of investors that are putting their money here in the country. And why would they do that if not because they have very positive expectations going into the future?
All right. Thank you very much, ma'am. That is Assistant Director General for Planning of NEDA, Ms. Rosemarie Edillon.